Full Grump mode, because I want to show you I hold a lot back and try to be chill. But what if I didn't? I will use Erythea's limbo for this example. I won't officially post this because why bother? It will draw so much hate and upset. Nah, it is for the fans. Yeah, for you. Sorry, let's start the example. I say this as critical feedback in the hopes we see improvements and not to call BDO trash. There are a lot of good things in the game but a few stinkers that drag it down. And we have an example with Erythea's limbo. Looks good on the surface but it's not user-friendly on a broad spectrum. This affects satisfaction and newer player retention. Most will not complain about this, and when they do, the little ratbags come out of the woodwork and make excuses for PA. Some just downvote in anonymity like little snitches with no backbone, utter cowards. They haven't got the guts to put forward their reasoning. Half the time they have none. Trolls. Childlike vandals making their mark on the world the only way they can. Disruptive and destructive, empty wasters who deserve no respect from me or you. But PA will listen to them because it gives PA an excuse to make no effort. PA know they have messed up, but it's okay as long as they have some sort of support to point toward, even if it is the scum at the bottom of the barrel. People that fail in the game and search some sort of power, or achievement through a button click. Pathetic. This is the illusion of feedback, where a company collects a full range then select the feedback that matches their willingness to oblige. Select the feedback you want then amplify selected feedback's visibility through your own social media and make it look like that's what the majority asked for. Deceitful but it works. That's why it's important to have mods on board with the company, the correct thinkers. How you keep independent mods in check? Well, that's very clever and too big of a topic for this section. So, this means people do not feel safe or welcome to give PA such important feedback. Thing is, I don't give a fuck about them little wasters. I will say it how it is and the ratbags can do one, Erythea's limbo, a shit show of game development. Why? Standards. Okay, sure, a lot of you will have watched guides, taken notes, cool. You can do that. But you should not have to. You get your rare tokens and you go to do the events. You can select easy or hard. Okay, what's the difference? Is there any info on this in-game? Maybe there is. Doesn't feel accessible. I didn't stumble upon it clicking the NPCs, e.g. organically, so this is poor development, just fact. So this is a fail. I get into the event, and up pops some poetic text about what to do. Cool, eh? Well, I struggle with that, you know, so do quite a few aspies. What? I've got to first translate your poems. Why no objectives listing per room? Clear instructions. No, your team are so inexperienced, standards so low. They didn't think to try out the game as different player types, didn't even think about reading speeds, nah. To them everyone in the world is just like them or wrong. What a disgusting way to think. Or because this is extra work and anyone that isn't happy, may struggle. Can get stuffed. Either choice isn't good. That's fail number 2, keeping track of which rooms you have done, easy right? Either remember because you have a good memory or note it down. But why? Why is there not a simple indicator when you accept the quest? Why must we use pen and paper like it's the 1800s? That's fail number 3. This doesn't mean this part of the game is broken, or unplayable, or even very difficult for most. What it does mean is, standards are low. Basic concepts not implemented. But this is seen as okay now, because we coddle the failures and tell them it's all okay. Now we live with standards that would have you sacked back in my day. What tosh we live with, feels. Ha! And people say I'm easily upset. But you can be sure, when there is a debate and the other side get a bit aggressive, if I go full grump and call it as it is. Reports are sent and post removed. People crying in the corner of the room. While talking to a photograph of their anime waifu, yeah. People that call me dramatic and emotional. They fall apart if there aren't staff to look after their delicate feelings. What utter fakers, act big when they know their feelings will be protected from attack. Cause, can't let the Snoods loose. That's not fair. I will destroy you. And you know it, how do I attack? With facts, and you can't escape facts, so you'll report my posts. What weak-minded trash! You can't debate, so you silence. Oi, trolls! You aren't even close. Go back to your safe space. Double standards. Yeah, I have called it out more than once at PA. Where people can have a go at me and it's all allowed, and the push and push for a reaction. But because I do it so much better. When I fight back, then moderation kicks in. E.g., it's okay when it's low-level trash talk, but if I get upset, then I'm in the wrong. Anyhow, back to Erethia's limbo. But we know it's not just me that thinks this game mode is a waste of time for reward. We know some of the bigger name streamers also think it's a bit of a shit show. But we keep that quiet. So it's not just the grumpy Shai, can't just say it's me being awkward. Nah. You will have your ratbags do that for you. And praise their actions. Even though this is bad news for the game in the long run. Shame, 'cause I want this game to run for another 10 years. Not be sold out by ignoring building issues for short-term solutions. Who's in charge of this at PA? Maybe ask them some questions. But isn't that the big issue here? Imagine if PA had hired quality staff, ones with experience, one they could rely on to really make BDO shine. Well, such people cost money, they work in real programming jobs, not as interns at PA, and maybe BDO can't work as a product with such an expense. Just fact, quality developers cost a lot of money, they aren't hanging out at PA. At PA, most look like fresh out of uni types. Sure, they deserve a chance in life, but they aren't being held to account for their inexperience and poor standards. Why? Cheap labor, must retain. Also means that these low standards and low quality developers become the next upper standards and things continue to tumble. There is no solutions to this. This is not the first time the gaming industry has faced this. Similar case, video game crash of 1983. We have had a collapse of standards before many of you were born. This happens, it's normal, we just have to wait it out and remember the ones that did us good. Wanna retain new players PA. Polish your game and up your standards. Sure, you can't polish a turd, but you can roll it in glitter. Do us proud and we will remember your efforts. But now you are gonna say, but PA and their lead dev, they are doing alright, they must be smart and skilled. Sure they are, never said they are not, do not assume, and take on board what I actually said, e.g., I don't refer to all devs and programmers as one unit, I do not assume group identity and responsibility, nor use absolutes, I'm not a effing moron like some today that can't think for themselves, think. Go on. Give it a try, else you are not as smart as you think you are. And it's meant to be me that struggles with language. Damn. The damage the internet has done to people's ability to understand and accept others, and under the guise of understanding and inclusivity, it's all one way or no way, absolute prejudgments and labeled assumptions, and misunderstanding. It's manna be like that, it generates trash debate and traffic, and you fall right for the trap. You're programmed to. You noobs, break the programming, the Snoods will help you do it. Or you can get upset and continue to exist as a product to be bought and sold. No skin off my back.